The Gallatin County Athletic Boosters would like to say a huge thank you to this year's broadcast sponsors. Ultra-fast speeds? Check. Future-proof network? Check. Locally owned with local technicians and local customer service? Triple check. Shawnee Communications has built its fiber network to ensure your online lifestyle never skips a beat. Whether you're streaming, deploying smart home devices, or working remotely, Shawnee Communication checks all of your boxes. To learn more, visit www.shawnee.com. Wenzel Lumber Company, located at 7490 Island Riffle Road in Junction, Illinois, are producers of crane and access mats, hardwood cribbling, mine props, timbers, and pinboards. Call 618-269-3286 for all your lumber needs at Wenzel Lumber Company. New Hope General Baptist Church and Pastor Daniel Accord invite everyone to join them for Sunday school at 9:30, church at 10:30, and Thursday night Bible study at 6 o'clock. They are located just 4 miles north of Ridgeway on Jackson New Hope Road. New Hope General Baptist Church, sharing God's love together. Banterra Bank is proud to support Gallatin County schools. Did you know that Banterra has been helping our community thrive since 1975? It all started right here in Gallatin County with Banterra's very first branch in Ridgeway. Today, 50 years later, Banterra has grown to more than 40 locations across 6 states, and they are proud to be based in Southern Illinois. Now, opening an account is easier than ever with Banterra's new online account opening option. You can get started anytime, anywhere. Stop by your local branch or visit Banterra Bank to open your account today. Banterra Bank, member FDIC. Are you looking for a place where you can feel like part of the family? A place to grow in faith and connect with your community? We'd love for you to join us this Sunday at the Ohio Valley General Baptist Church in Shawneetown, located at 188 East Church Street. Come as you are. Everyone is welcome. Our Sunday school kicks things off at 10 a.m. Then stay with us for our Sunday morning worship service at 11 a.m., where Pastor Perry Musgraves brings an inspiring message straight from Scripture. Find your church family at Ohio Valley General Baptist Church.
The philosophy of Legence Bank is sit down with the customer, listen to their needs, and figure it out and figure a solution for them.
During COVID, Legence, they were who we looked for the PPP loan help, which allowed us to guarantee wages with our employees. Legence, they understand your entire business, whether it be checking, savings, equipment loans. They've really been a great partner in our business.
We have a great array of business products that we offer our customers. Our app is a great feature that we offer because there's so many capabilities with it. All of these different ways of taking care of your business definitely help the business work smoothly and efficiently.
Shawnee Tree Service LLC is a fully insured local business that provides 24/7 service on storm cleanup. They also provide tree trimming, tree removal, and stump grinding. Contact Gallatin County native Garrett Crane at 618-383-3019 for all your needs. The Gallatin County Athletic Boosters would also like to thank the following families and individuals: Larry and Jill Fillingham, John and Kathy Seeley, Terry and Anita Golden, the West family, Nick and Jacqueline Hunt, Mike and Charlotte Pritchett, Patty Winters, the Russell family, class of 1992. A huge thank you to all the sponsors for supporting your Hawks Athletics.
Hello and welcome as the Gallatin County Lady Hawks take on the Christopher Bearcats Here's starting lineups for you.
The starting lineup for the Christopher Bearcats. We have number 2, Brindley Jessup. At guard, number 10, Tierra Sprague. At forward, number 4, Macy Marlowe. At forward, number 13, London Pontius. At center, number 12, Caitlin Durant. And now for your lineup for the Gallatin County Lady Hawks. At guard, number 20, Riley Russell. At guard, number 23, Hannah Forster. At forward, number 11, Sophie Wargle. At forward, number 5, Cadence Holloway. At center, number 31, Hallie Holmes.
If you missed the starting lineup there, for the Bearcats, it was number 2, Jessup, number 4, Marlowe, number 10, Sprague, number 12, Dewart, and number 13, Pontius. For the Lady Hawks, we have number 20, Russell, number 23, Forrester, number 31, Holmes, number 11, Wargirl, and number 5, Holloway. Jessup with it, gives it over to Dewart. Dewart passes it over to Marlowe. Marlowe's going to fake the shot, pass it back in to Dewart. Dewart's going to go up for the layup and can't quite get it to go. Goes to go out of bounds, and they're going to say Bearcat basketball. Bearcats pass it in to number 13, give it over to number 12, and she scores. I apologize, I do not have the scorecard up. Holmes passes over to Holloway. Holloway's going to drive in. Holloway's going to take the layup, and she's going to score. We got ourselves a tied ball game. Bearcats looking to break the press, and they do. Number 12 gives it over to number 4. Number 4 is going to take it in. Can't quite get the layup to go. Holloway with the rebound. She gives it over to Russell. Russell is going to bring the ball up the floor for the Lady Hawks. Gives it over to Forrester. Forrester over to Holloway. She's looking to go somewhere with it. Takes the mid-range shot. Can't quite get it to go. Hawks come down with the rebound. Pass it back out to Forrester. Forrester with the shot. Can't quite get that one to go. Wargle with another rebound for the Lady Hawks. And they're going to bring it out and set it back up. Give it over to Forrester. Forrester's going to give it over to Russell, surveying her options. Pass it over to Wargle. Wargle gives it up top to Forrester, over to Russell. Russell passes it down, turnover on the Hawks. Bearcats are on the move with it. Bearcats lose the ball. Forrester with the steal. And Forrester is going to travel with it. Bearcat basketball. Bearcats inbounding the basketball now. Looking to beat the pressure sent by the Hawks. Russell with the tie-up and jump ball. Great hustle by the Hawks. I apologize. I am trying to figure out how to add score bug. Well, that's not it. See, Lady Hawks with a shot, can't get it to go. Bearcats with one person to beat, and they don't. So they're going to pass it back out, passes it over around the top. And number 13 with the 3, can't get it to go. Holloway with the rebound, she wants to push. And it seems Coach Fromm is telling her to, and she takes it all the way for the layup. Great move and score. Bearcats having a little trouble with this Hawk pressure. Russell with the tip. Wargle comes up with the ball, gives it back over to Russell, passes it over to Holloway. Holloway looking inside, can't quite get it there though. Bearcats bring it into cross now. Stuck in the corner with it, look to pass it down low, they get it there, and they get the layup. Oh, there it is. Oh, well, it's not quite for the Bearcats, so I will... Sorry, I apologize. I am trying to figure out how to change this. Holmes with the shot, can't get it to go. Holloway has it. Score is currently tied 4-4. Bearcats with the rebound. Bearcats get it down the floor. See, the Bearcats will not shoot it quite yet. Passing it around. Number 10 has it up top. Being pressured by Russell. Over to 13. Holloway on her. They try to look down low. They get it down low. Can't quite get it to go. Christopher fans are not very happy about the no call there. Russell going to bring the ball across. Hawks can't get the shot to go there. Fighting for the rebound. They're going to call a foul. I apologize. We're going to have to do no image. I guess Kerry Mills is kind of Bearcats. And let's see, we have a sub. Number 5 comes in for number 10 on the Bearcats. And it looks like number 24, Brazier, or... Oh, sorry. Hawks a good defense. Comes in for Forrester. Might be wrong in that last name. Bearcats with the 3. Can't quite get it to fall. Oh, Eastman. I apologize. Eastman comes in for Forrester. Bearcats passing it around. They get it down low. And get tangled up down there. Passes it back out. They can't quite get the 3 to go. I apologize once again. I'm trying to juggle getting the scorecard right. Okay, here we go. I should be able to get it here as number 2 comes in for Russell. Okay. There we go. All right, folks. Sorry about that. I obviously was not as prepared as I thought I was. Number 4 with the shot. That would be Marlowe taking that 3. That seems to be one of her specialties based on the shot selection of her so far. Eastman's going to inbound it to Holloway. Holloway's going to bring it up the floor for the Hawks. Holloway over to Wargle. Back in the corner to Holloway. Bearcats with the rebound. That is number 2 Jessup with it. Or, sorry, number 5 Mazier with it. Wargle comes up with the steal there. Gives it over to Eastman up top. Up top to Holmes. Over to Wargle on the wing. Over to the other wing to Eastman. Inside now to number 2. That is Horton. And that is a 3 for the Lady Hawks. Sorry about that. Bearcats bringing the ball up now. This is number 4, Marlowe. Number 2 passing it up ahead to number 13, and a timeout for Christopher. Your score so far is 7-4 in favor of the Lady Hawks. Currently on the floor for the Lady Hawks, unless they made a substitution out of this timeout, we have number 2 Horton, number 5 Holloway, number 20 Russell, number 24 Eastman, and the Lady Hawks have 4 players on the floor. Never mind. Number 11 Wargle is still in. For the Bearcats, they have number 4 Marlowe, number 2 Jessup, number 5 Missouri, number 13 Pontius, and number 12 Dewart. Lady Hawks looking to extend their lead here as Christopher inbounds to Jessup. Jessup gives it over to Marlowe. Marlowe passes inside. And number 13, I believe that is Sprague, or Pontius, I apologize. Pontius with the basket there from the free throw line. Russell passes it over to Eastman, back to Russell in the corner. Russell's going to give it up top to Wargle. Wargle's going to shoot a 3. Can't get that one to fall. And number 12, Dewart's going to come up with the rebound. Turnover for the Bearcats into Wargle's hands. Now Eastman has it up top. Passes it over to Russell. Yeah, Russell. Back into the corner to Eastman. Inside to Holloway. Holloway's going to take the shot. Can't get that one to fall. Bearcats with the rebound. Number 2, Jessup brings that one down. And Marlowe tries to pass it inside to Dewar. Can't quite get it to her. Russell with it. She passes it up ahead to Holloway, who tries to save it right to the Bearcats' hands. And Marlowe's going to slow it down a bit. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Passes to the corner. Inside now to Dewar. Back out to Marlowe. She's going to take a 3, and she's going to hit. 7-7 now, it looks like, to end the first quarter. And, yep, 7-7 to end the first quarter. Or, I guess 9-7? I did not realize that. I think they missed a 2-pointer there and fixed it on the 3. Anyways, 9-7. Christopher leads the Lady Hawks right now. Second quarter of play coming up here as the Lady Hawks decide to keep the squad that finished the first quarter with just one substitution. Holmes is in for Horton. So we have number 31 Holmes, number 20 Russell, number 5 Holloway, number 24 Eastman, and number 11 Wargle. The Bearcats go with number 13. Apologize, I do not want to say her name wrong again. Pontius. Number 4, Marlowe. Number 2, Jessup. Number 5, Missouri. And number 12, Dewart. The Hawks with it now. Holmes inside. Can't get the layup to fall. Dewart comes away with the rebound. She gives over Marlowe, and it goes out of bounds. Hawk basketball. Russell to inbound for the Hawks. Ooh, missed Holmes there. Gives it to her anyways. Bearcats tip it out of bounds. Stays with the Hawks here. To Holloway in the corner. Tries to give inside to Wargle. Holloway just gets it right back, and she goes up and gets fouled. She will have 2 free throws coming up. Holloway can't get the first one to fall as Forster is looking to come in for Holloway. If I was Holloway, I would miss this one too, so I didn't have to sub out. She makes it though. Good hard on that kid. So Forster subs in for Holloway. And that cuts the Christopher lead to just 1 with 7:20 remaining in the second quarter as Christopher comes down and answers with a layup. Excellent passing by the Bearcats right there. Forster with it. She gives it over to Russell. Up top to Wargle. Wargle trying to go somewhere with it. Doesn't have much to go. And they try to give it inside to Holmes. Can't quite hold on to it. We're going back the other way with the Bearcats. Bearcats had a little trouble inbounding it. They do. They pass it up the floor. Dewart with it now. She dribbles off her own foot, and that's going to be Hawk basketball. Russell will bring it up for the Hawks. Forrester with it now into the corner to Russell. Back up top to Wargle. Wargle gives it over to Forrester. Back to Wargle. Back to Forrester. Hawks taking their time with this possession. No reason to rush here. Russell with it up top over to Forrester. Pass it over to Wargle. Wargle back to Forrester. Forrester gives it to Russell. Over to Wargle. Wargle drives baseline. And her shot seems to have gotten blocked. Jump ball. And that will be Hawk basketball as number 12 comes in for Wargle. I believe that is Greenlee Baker. Yes. So Baker in for Wargle as the Bearcats tip it off the inbounds. So we'll stay with the Hawks. Forrester inbounds to Russell. Over to Baker. Back up top to Forrester. Forrester over to Russell. Russell gives it up top to Baker. Over to Forrester. Up top to Russell. On the wing to Baker. Over to Russell on the other wing. Looks inside to Holmes. Holmes takes the free throw line jumper. Can't get it to fall. And Marlowe comes up with the rebound. Inside to Dewart. Passes back out to Jessup. Jessup for 3. Can't get it to fall. As Eastman comes up with the rebound there. Forrester with it now up top. Gives it over to Baker. Baker up top to Russell. Over to Forrester. Back up top to Baker. Over to Russell on the wing. Gives it up top to Forrester. Over to Baker. Now inside to Holmes. Back out to Forrester. Over to Russell. Back over to Baker. Back over to up top to Forrester. Now to Russell. Back up top to Baker. Over to Forrester. Inside to Holmes. Holmes going to take it. Holmes going to shoot. Holmes going to score. Nice little floater for Holmes there. Marlowe's going to bring it up the floor for the Bearcats. And she gets a screen, tip, and that will stay with the Bearcats. As Holloway is going to check in for Eastman. Inbound to Dewart, right under the basket. Can't quite get it to fall. As the ball goes out of bounds, they're going to say last touch by Gallatin. Bearcat coach not happy about the no call there. may have a case. Dewart with it now. I believe she stepped out of bounds. She did. Little rowdy this morning at the Gallatin County Gymnasium. Russell with it now. Over to Baker, back into Russell, and yep, she did travel. Bearcats now bringing it up. Number 4, Marlowe will. Gives it back over to Pontius. Back over to Marlowe. Marlowe pass inside to Dewart. Dewart tries to give it to the corner, but overshoots it. And that will be Hawk basketball as Wargle will sub in for Baker. And number 10, Sprague, comes in for Missouri for the Bearcats. Russell gives it over to Wargle, back over to Russell. Inside now to Holloway. Holloway takes a shot, can't get it to fall. Fight for the rebound, but ultimately Pontius comes up with it for the Bearcats. Gives it over to Marlowe. Marlowe's going to bring it up the floor. She's looking to go pretty far. Gives it into the corner to Jessup. Jessup has nowhere to go with it. Trying to find somewhere. Gives it to Sprague. Sprague's got a lane. And she takes it in, and she's going to get fouled. I believe that foul will go on Holmes. It will. She will have 2 shots here coming up. Bearcat fans are happy with that call. Good take by Sprague there. She cannot knock down the first. She will have 1 more. Second one is also no good. Pulled down by Holloway. Oh, wow. There's a foul on Christopher. I apologize. I was not exactly watching that one too closely, but they're going to call a blocking foul on number 4, Marlowe. That will be her first. Forrester now with it. She gives it to the corner to Holloway. Holloway gives it inside to Wargle. Wargle with the shot. Wargle can't get it to fall. Fight for the rebound. Marlowe comes up with it. She's looking to push. Gets it to the baseline. Pulls back. Gives it over to Jessup. Oh, she switched her pivot foot. Yep. Called travel there on the Bearcats. As number 5, Missouri, comes in for number 2, Jessup. Russell to bring it up the floor for the Hawks. Gives it over to Forrester. Back to the corner to Russell. Ooh, she's open. I wouldn't mind her taking that shot there. Russell to inbound for the Hawks. Passes it into Holloway. Can't get the shot to fall. Marlowe with it now up top for the Bearcats. She drives. Yep, they're going to call a foul. As you can hear, that got the Bearcat fans a little excited. Marlowe to inbound it. Gives it in to Dewart. Dewart's going to drive, and she's going to score. Great pass and great move and great bucket for Dewart there. Russell gives it over to Wargle. Back to Russell. She's going to pass it across to Forrester. Forrester for 2. Can't get that one to fall. Marlowe comes up with the rebound. Let's see, passes it up to Missouri. Missouri for 2. Can't get it to fall. Sprague with the rebound, but she falls down. They're going to call a travel, as you cannot fall down while having the ball in basketball, or it is considered a travel. I believe she tripped over her own teammate. Don't quote me on that, but that's what it kind of looked like from my angle. Russell gives it over to Forrester on the wing. Back up top to Hallway, inside to Wargle. Wargle's going to take it. She's going to shoot, can't get it to go, and Pontius comes down with the rebound. Gives it over to Marlowe. I don't know. Stop the game so she can tie her shoe. I don't think that's supposed to happen, but you know what? We're going to roll with it. Not supposed to disrupt the flow of the game like that, but it's okay. Marlowe with it now. She's going to try reverse layup. Can't get it to go. Russell comes down with the rebound, gives it over to Wargle. Wargle's going to bring it up for the Hawks. Gives it over now to Hallway. Back up top to Russell, over to Forrester. Back up top to Hallway. Wargle with it. Good shot fake, and she takes it, and she's going to get fouled. So Wargle will have 2 free throws coming up. I really don't believe that you can stop the game in the middle of a play for anything other than an injury, but Eastman will check in for Forrester, and Horton will check in for Holmes. Wargle knocks down both of them. Marlowe with the ball. Passes it inside to Pontius. Back out to Missouri. Back inside to Pontius. Now deep inside to Dewart. And that is beautiful ball movement by Christopher there. I'm a Hawk fan, but I can appreciate some good ball movement as Russell passes back to Hallway. That was good ball movement too, just couldn't quite get the floater to go. Marlowe with it now. She's going to pass it over to Sprague. Now over to Missouri. Inside to Dewart. Double teamed. Back out to Sprague. Sprague with the mid-range. Can't get it to go. Wargle with the rebound. She's looking to push. Pat gives it over to Hallway. Hallway with the rip through. She goes up. She gets fouled. And I am sorry. I did not move the camera on that. That is completely my fault. I apologize. But believe me when I say Holloway got fouled. And she will go to the line for 2 shots here with 34 seconds remaining in the first half. She can't get the first one to fall as Fromm will check in for Russell. Holloway gets the second one to go. 15-13 your score here with about 30 seconds to go in this first half. Marlowe with it now. Gives it inside to Pontius. Holloway with the tip. Tries to get steal. Can't quite get it. Marlowe passes it inside to Dewart. Dewart's going to go up, and she's going to get fouled now with 16.9 left on the clock. Looks like we will see the return of Russell. Russell to check back in for Fromm. And Missouri checks out as Jessup. Yes, that is Jessup. Checks back in. She gets both of them to go. Hawks down by 4. They pass it up ahead to Wargle. Wargle almost loses it. Regains control. And we will have a timeout for the Hawks. 10.1 remaining in the first half. And we are back to finish out this first half of basketball. Russell to inbound for the Hawks here. She inbounds it to Wargle. 8 seconds left, now down to 6. Let's see, that was Horton with a shot. She gets her own rebound. She goes up and she's going to get fouled. So she will have 2 free throws coming up. Gets the first one to fall as Fromm checks in for Russell. Baker will also check in for Holloway. 1.1 left on the clock. Can't get the second one to fall, and that will end our first half of basketball. Never mind. We have a foul call. Three shots? Oh, I thought that would be 2 there. I don't know that she was in shooting motion. So Sprague will have 3 shots. Knocks down the first. Knocks down the second. And knocks down the third. So instead of a 17-14 halftime score, we have a 20-14 halftime score. So Hawks not exactly thrilled by that, as we will be back in a couple minutes.
The Gallatin County Athletic Boosters would like to say a huge thank you to this year's broadcast sponsors. Ultra-fast speeds? Check. Future-proof network? Check. Locally owned with local technicians and local customer service? Triple check. Shawnee Communications has built its fiber network to ensure your online lifestyle never skips a beat. Whether you're streaming, deploying smart home devices, or working remotely, Shawnee Communication checks all of your boxes. To learn more, visit www.shawnee.com. Wenzel Lumber Company, located at 7490 Island Riffle Road in Junction, Illinois, are producers of crane and access mats, hardwood cribbling, mine props, timbers, and pinboards. Call 618-269-3286 for all your lumber needs at Wenzel Lumber Company. New Hope General Baptist Church and Pastor Daniel Accord invite everyone to join them for Sunday school at 9:30, church at 10:30, and Thursday night Bible study at 6 o'clock. They are located just 4 miles north of Ridgeway on Jackson New Hope Road. New Hope General Baptist Church, sharing God's love together. Banterra Bank is proud to support Gallatin County schools. Did you know that Banterra has been helping our community thrive since 1975? It all started right here in Gallatin County with Banterra's very first branch in Ridgeway. Today, 50 years later, Banterra has grown to more than 40 locations across 6 states, and they are proud to be based in Southern Illinois. Now, opening an account is easier than ever with Banterra's new online account opening option. You can get started anytime, anywhere. Stop by your local branch or visit Banterra Bank to open your account today. Banterra Bank, member FDIC. Are you looking for a place where you can feel like part of the family? A place to grow in faith and connect with your community? We'd love for you to join us this Sunday at the Ohio Valley General Baptist Church in Shawneetown, located at 188 East Church Street. Come as you are. Everyone is welcome. Our Sunday school kicks things off at 10 a.m. Then stay with us for our Sunday morning worship service at 11 a.m., where Pastor Perry Musgraves brings an inspiring message straight from Scripture. Find your church family at Ohio Valley General Baptist Church.
philosophy of Allegiance Bank is sit down with the customer, listen to their needs, and figure it out and figure a solution for them.
During COVID, Allegiance, they were who we looked for the PPP loan help, which allowed us to guarantee wages with our employees. Allegiance, they understand your entire business, whether it be checking, savings, equipment loans. They've really been a great partner in our business.
We have a great array of business products that we offer our customers. Our app is a great feature that we offer because there's so many capabilities with it. All of these different ways of taking care of your business definitely help the business work smoothly and efficiently.
Shawnee Tree Service LLC is a fully insured local business that provides 24/7 service on storm cleanup. They also provide tree trimming, tree removal, and stump grinding. Contact Gallatin County native Garrett Crane at 618-383-3019 for all your needs. The Gallatin County Athletic Boosters would also like to thank the following families and individuals: Larry and Jill Fillingham, John and Kathy Seeley, Terry and Anita Golden, the West family, Nick and Jacqueline Hunt, Mike and Charlotte Pritchett, Patty Winters, the Russell family, Class of 1992. A huge thank you to all the sponsors for supporting your Hawks Athletics.
We got about a minute and a half before second half of basketball starts, so I had the score incorrect, I guess, on the first free throw at the end of the first half. Sprague had stepped on the line, so your score is 19-14 instead of 20-14. So your Lady Hawks are down by 5. They're getting the shots they want. Can't quite get them to fall. We'll see in the second half. If they can get them to fall, I mean, they're nowhere near out of this game yet. 2-possession ball game isn't much. And it will be Bearcat basketball to start the second half. Marlowe to bring the ball up. Passes it over to Pontius. Pontius passes it to Dewart. Dewart's going to take it herself. She's going to shoot. She's going to score. Quick bucket for the Bearcats. Start the half. Russell going to bring it up for the Hawks. She gives it over to Wargle. Wargle looking for somewhere to go with it. Gives it back over to Holloway. Gives it over to Russell. Russell's going to pass it over to Forrester on the wing. Back in the corner to Russell. Passes it inside to Holmes. Holmes going to go up. She can't quite get it to fall. And we're going to get an early foul. No, we're going to get a travel call on the Bearcats there. Russell passes it in to Holloway. Holloway can't get it to fall. Russell has it. She goes back up with it, and she does get it to fall. Hawks back down by 5. Marlowe with it now. She passes it over to Pontius. Pontius can't quite hold on to it, and so it's going to be Hawk basketball again. That is a much-needed stop for the Lady Hawks. Russell will bring it up for the Hawks. Gives it over to Wargle. Wargle back in the corner to Russell. Inside now to Holloway. She can't get it to fall. Marlowe with the rebound. Oh. They're going to call a foul on Forrester there. A blocking foul. I don't know that I quite saw that one. I thought she moved her feet pretty well, but I'm not the referees. Sprague with it. She passes back over to Marlowe. Marlowe's going to pass it down to Jessup. Back out to Sprague. Back over to Marlowe for 3. Can't get it to fall. Forrester with the rebound. And she passes it to no one. Holmes gets it. Gives it over to Wargle. Lady Hawks need to kind of clean it up here. Holloway over to Forrester. Forrester back in the corner to Holloway. And tipped by the Bearcats. Ends up in Russell's hands. She hands it off to Holloway, excuse me. Wargle with it. Pass it over to Holloway in the corner for 3. Can't get it to fall. Fighting for the rebound. Jump ball. Staying with the Hawks. Russell with it. Passes over to Wargle in the corner for 3. Lady Hawks down by 2 now. Marlowe passes it up to Dewart, over to Sprague. Sprague passes it inside to Jessup, now over to Pontius as they bring it back out. Back up top to Marlowe. Marlowe over to Jessup. Back up top to Marlowe. Marlowe back to Jessup. She's going to take a three. And she's going to hit. Gives the lead back up by 5. Holloway brings it up for the Hawks. She passes inside to Holmes. Holmes might have traveled there, but gets away with it. Forrester with it now. She's going to give it back up to Holloway. Holloway over to Wargle. Wargle back in the corner to Holloway. Holloway for 3. Can't get that one to fall. Marlowe with it now. Marlowe ends up in the corner with Jessup. Back up top to Pontius. Over to Marlowe. Marlowe over to Jessup. Jessup back up top to Marlowe. And passes through the hands of Jessup as he goes straight to the Bearcat coach. As Eastman comes in for Forrester. Eastman brings the ball up, gives it over to Holloway, back over to Eastman. She passes inside to Holmes, who was not ready for it, but it somehow ends up in Wargle's hands, and she's going to get a foul call. So Wargle will have 2 shots here. Can't get the first one to fall. Second one is up and good. Christopher lead cut down to 4 now. Marlowe with it, and that's a foul. Yep. She reached her arm in. Marlowe back with it now. Passes inside to Pontius. Gives it back out to Marlowe. Gives it over to Sprague. Back up top to Marlowe. Inside to Pontius. Gets tipped. And Wargle on the run out. Throw was a little away from her. So they get it back out to Eastman. Gives it over to Wargle. Wargle over to Holloway. Over to the corner to Eastman. That gets tipped. That gets tipped. And there's a foul. Marlowe with it now. She passes it over to Pontius. Now in the corner to Sprague. Back out to Marlowe. Marlowe's going to take the 3. Can't quite get it to fall. It gets tipped. And Marlowe comes up with it as we get a timeout from the Bearcats. With 3:32 left in the third quarter. Score is 24-20. Bearcats lead the Hawks. And we are back as the Bearcats are going to look to inbound it here. What? Oh, they're just having them inbound it over here near half court. Pass it into Sprague. Sprague's going to take it all the way. Can't get the shot to go. Rebounded her own shot off an air ball, and you cannot do that. Russell has it now. Over to Eastman on the wing. Back in the corner to Russell. Russell passes it over to Wargle. Wargle's going to take it. She falls down and she travels. Pontius with it. Passing it in. Can't quite find somewhere to go with it. Tries to give it to Dewar. Ooh. I don't know about that one. I think that's one where you let them play. That seemed more like natural contact to me than a foul. They're going to call another one. That one I agree with. That one was probably a foul. So Dewart to the line here for the Bearcats. Looking to extend their 4-point lead. 3:12 left in the third quarter. As Horton will come in for Holmes. Can't get the second one to fall. Got the first one to fall. Let me update your score there as Holloway comes down with the rebound. She brings it up. Can't quite get that to fall. Coach Fromm is not happy. Wow. Sprague over to Jessup. Now to Marlowe. Over to Sprague. On Pontius. Now Marlowe with it. She's going to take it off. That's a foul. This game's getting a little ugly here, folks. As Marlowe will go to the free throw line. Can't get the first one to fall. As a new face for the Bearcats will come in for Dewart. Dewart has played an excellent game this ball game. She will get replaced by number 21, Furlow. Marlowe can't get the second one to fall either, but Bearcats get the rebound. Furlow with the shot, can't get that one to fall, as we will have a jump ball for the rebound. And it will stay with the Bearcats. Marlowe passes it in, gets it into Pontius, and one, I believe. So, and one for Pontius there, off the inbound. 2:25 left in the third quarter. As official warning for Coach Fromm there, as he is not happy with the officiating right now. Marlowe goes to pass it in for the Bearcats. Gets it inside to Jessup. As Holloway gets the steal, and she's going to take it all the way. That's a good little momentum booster for the Hawks there. And a great play by Holloway. Seems the Hawks might be a little fired up here as they force another turnover. Holloway with it. Can't get that one to fall. As what's the call? Sorry, that was in the deep corner. I didn't quite have the camera panned over far enough, but a fight for the basketball as ends up going out on the Bearcats. And it is Hawk basketball with 1:57 left in the third quarter. 27-22 is your score. Passes it into Holloway. Try to get back down to Russell, and that's going to be a turnover as they are off to the races. Let's see what happens here. Sprague puts it in. Russell with it now. Over to Eastman. Now back over to Wargle. That pass gets tipped up, and she was standing out of bounds when she caught it. Sprague with it now. Out of bounds on Eastman. Will stay with the Bearcats. Sprague with it now. She's going to give it in the corner. That is to Missouri. Furlow with it in the post. She switched her pivot foot. Yeah, she did. Russell with it now to bring the ball up the floor. 29-22 with a minute and 10 seconds left. Third quarter. Russell gives it over to Wargle. Wargle for three. Can't quite get that one to fall. Fight for the rebound. What is going on down there? Marlowe ends up with it for the Bearcats. She's going to bring it up the floor. Russell comes up with it. They call out of bounds, I believe. Yes, they're going to call that out of bounds on the Hawks as Forrester comes in for Eastman and Baker comes in for Wargle for the Hawks, and Dewart comes in for Furlow. And I believe that was the only sub for the Bearcats there. Marlowe with it up top. Picks up a dribble, passes it into Dewart. Dewart's going to go up. Can't get it to fall as Russell comes up with the rebound. Baker with it in the corner to Russell. Gives it back up to Baker. Baker for three. Can't get that one to fall. Marlowe with it now. Bearcat coach telling her to slow things down. You got 17 seconds. They probably want the last shot here, I can imagine. Give it over to Sprague. I apologize if I'm saying any of these names wrong. Marlowe's going to take it. It gets tipped, but it gets put right into the hands of Dewart. And that will end the third quarter. And I just realized my scorebook has said the second quarter this entire time, so I am sorry for that. I have made a couple mistakes here on this stream tonight. My apologies for that. We'll get that fixed now as your score is 31-22. Heading into the fourth. Christopher Bearcats lead the Gallatin County Lady Hawks. All right, here we go with your final quarter of play here. It will be Hawk basketball to start the quarter. Baker with it up top. Gives it over to Wargle. Wargle going to pass up top to Holloway. Back to the corner to Baker. Baker's going to take the three. Can't get that one to fall. Quick steal for the Hawks, and they throw it away, but they're going to get it right back, it seems. Never mind. They're going to call a jump ball, and that will go to the Bearcats. Bearcats get it into Sprague. Sprague looking to take it all the way, and can't quite get that one to fall. Neither can Dewart. Hawks taking it the other way now. Russell with a good pass inside, just kind of hit her feet. Jump ball, it will stay with the Hawks. Holloway with it. Pass it over to Baker. 3 in the corner. That was kind of a push on the Bearcats there that they missed. Pushed Russell off the ball, but I guess it's fine. Oh, can't quite get the pass there. Pontius comes up with it for the Bearcats, gives it over to Sprague. Looking for somewhere to go with it now. Gets it tipped and gets it over to Marlowe. Marlowe, they're going to call a blocking foul on Forrester there. .7:02 remaining in their final quarter of play. That will be 24. What was it on 24? Yeah. That will be Forrester's second. Inside to Dewar. Can't get that one to fall either. Russell with it now, over to Baker. Gives it inside to Holloway. Holloway's going to go up. Can't get that one to fall. Marlowe with it now for the Bearcats. Hawks to go for a big play here as Holloway fouls. Going for the steal. Fighting for the basketball now. We will have a jump ball. And it will stay with the Bearcats. Good hustle by Baker there. Missouri to pass it in. She gets it in to Dewart, who can't get it to fall. And Hawks come down with the rebound. Russell will bring it up for the Hawks now. About 6 minutes remaining in this final quarter. Wargle with it now. She gives it over to Forrester. Hawks got to start making moves pretty soon if they want to come back in this ball game. Gives it back over to Wargle. Wargle in the corner to Russell. Back up top to Forrester. Tries to give it inside. She somehow gets it there, and Holloway with it, and she's going to get fouled. Hawk crowd likes that. As number 31 Holmes comes in for number 12 Baker, and number 21 Furlow re-enters the game for number 12 Dewart. I apologize. I was blinking on her name as they try to get into Holmes. Oh, okay. Called a foul there. I thought it was just a tipped basketball. I actually thought that was some pretty good defense by the Bearcats, but once again, I am not the ref. There. Oh. As they shoot. Oh. That will be 5 fouls for Hallie Holmes, and she will exit this ball game. So it looks like Eastman will check in for her. Bearcats get it in as Marlowe falls down. They call the foul on number 13, Pontius. That one, even though she was straight up, she turned her body. And you cannot do that. That will become a blocking foul instead of a charge. As get it into Holloway, she goes up with it, can't get that one to fall. As that is out of bounds off of Pontius. Russell gets it into Wargle, gets it up top to Forrester. Gets it over to Eastman. Eastman for 3. Kind of took away her landing space, but that might be a charge. I kind of thought that was a charge, but I can see where that's a blocking foul as well. I won't argue with that call. I think it could have gone either way. Either way, one team is not going to be happy with the call. Marlowe with it now. Picks up the dribble, gives it over to Mazur. Mazur looking to do something with it. Opts to throw it off Eastman's foot and out of bounds. It will stay with the Bearcats. 4:56 left in the game now. Mazur to pass it in. Gets it into Pontius. Passes it back up top to Sprague. Now over to Marlowe. Marlowe gives it over to Furlow. Furlow over to Mazur. Back up top to Marlowe, but it's stolen by Holloway. Holloway's gonna go all the way, and she cannot get that one to go. Would have been a big one for the Hawks as the Bearcats caught. Wow, sorry, tongue twister there, I guess. Bearcats call a timeout. 4:31 left in the game as we get a 1-minute break for the timeout. Alright, we are back after the timeout now. As the Bearcats look to inbound it, they get it into Sprague. Sprague gets it back out to Pontius. Pontius gets it over to Marlowe. Marlowe looking to go somewhere with it, gets it over to Mazur. Mazur gets it inside to Pontius. Pontius gets it ripped from her as Eastman comes up with it and gives it over to Holloway. Holloway with it now up top. Can't exactly afford to stand around like this. They get it to the corner to Eastman. Eastman for two. Can't get that one to go. Holloway gets it. As much as that looks like an over the back, it is not actually if it comes that far away from the goal. It's only an over the back if you are actively reaching over the back. As we have some changes for the Bearcats. Number 12, Dewart comes back in, and number 2, Jessup also come back in as Russell gets it inbounds to Holloway, then back to Russell, cannot make the mid-range. So 31-22 is still your score with 3:40 left in the game. Marlowe with it now. Marlowe gives it over to Sprague. Sprague over to Jessup. They're on the floor, and that's going to be a jump ball. Hawk basketball. 3:27 left. So Hawks are down by 9. Eastman with it now. Gives it over to Wargle. Wargle back up top to Russell, over to Forster. Forster gives it over to Russell. Russell looking to go somewhere with it, gives it over to Wargle. Wargle passes it to the corner to Eastman. Eastman's going to take baseline, gives it inside to Holloway, and Holloway's going to score. We have a timeout by the Hawks with 2:57 remaining and down by 7. So we will be back in 30 seconds. Christopher to inbound after the Gallatin County make a timeout. They get it inbounds to Marlowe. Marlowe back over to Pontius. Back over to Marlowe. And now to Jessup, and they're going to call a travel. I didn't quite see it, but oh, I apologize. I didn't realize that Fromm had checked into the game for Eastman. Fromm now checks back out as Eastman checks back in. Eastman gives it over to Forster. And back to Eastman. Gives it to Wargle. Wargle can't get it to fall as Marlowe comes up with a rebound. Now up to Sprague. Sprague's going to take it, stop, and pop, and can't get it to fall. Gets back out to Marlowe at the three-point line. Now over to Jessup. Jessup for three. Can't get that one to fall. And now Eastman with it for the Hawks. She'll bring it up. 2:10 left in this game. Gives it over to Forster. Forster over to Wargle. Got to start making moves, Gallatin County. They give it to a cutting Holloway who can't get it to fall. Yeah, you can't do that. Call a foul on Christopher there. If you're confused at home on why that was called on one end and not the other, the only situation where that should happen is if they think a Christopher player tipped that basketball as she went to shoot, which is entirely possible. Because you cannot catch your own missed shot if it's an air ball. Does that call another travel? That one I'm not so sure about. It's all right, though. Good defense by the Hawks. The Hawks will take that every day as they are now down by 6, 31-25 with 1:58 left in the game. Holloway to inbound. They inbound it to Russell. Russell passes it to a cutting Eastman, and somehow Russell ends up right back with the ball, who gives it over for an and one by Holloway there. And a big play for the Hawks. 31-27 now, as Fromm will check back in for Eastman. And she makes a free throw, making it a one-possession game. So they get it in to Dewart, and now Marlowe with it. She's going to take it, and they're going to call the foul. Doesn't matter if it's on the floor or not, because they're at 5 fouls, so she will have 2 shots coming up as Eastman looks to check back in. I believe that is for Fromm. Marlowe makes the first one. Can't get the second one to fall, but gets her own rebound. Nobody boxed out the shooter there. be 4 on Eastman. That is something you can't forget to do, is box out the shooter. So that gives Christopher 2 more shots at the line to extend this lead. 33-28 with 1:43 left in the game now. As can't get the second one, but Christopher is going to get their own rebound again as Marlowe takes a 3. That could have been the dagger there as Eastman comes up with the rebound. And move it away. What are they going to call there? Oh. Wow. That was not at all what I'd call, but all right. Who's going to pass it in for the Hawks now? Never mind. I don't think you shoot on an offensive foul, but that's all right. 2. That's good for the Hawks. If they get to stop the clock, I'm not sure. I'm not going to say anything more. Russell with 2 shots here. Can't get the first one to fall. As Fromm will come in for Eastman. Wargel will come in for Baker, and Forster will come in for, oh, I apologize, I didn't realize that number 1 had entered the game. Number 1, Oxford. As Marlowe will take it now. 4-point lead for the Bearcats. She passes it along the baseline, gives it back out to Pontius, gives it over to Sprague. Sprague finds Marlowe in the corner. Pontius now with it. They're not looking to foul quite yet. The Hawks aren't, at least. I don't quite know what went on down there, but they will call a foul on number 13. That is... Oh, they just haven't updated it. I apologize. As Baker, Eastman, and Oxford all enter the game from Forster and Wargel. Oh, that was on 23, which is Forster, I believe. So we have a timeout by the Hawks. I apologize, I did not move the camera fast enough, but believe me when I say all that happened is they dribbled up the court pretty fast and called a timeout. So we will be back in a minute. Your score is, oh, did not update that again. I apologize, as your score is 34-29 with, I think, just about a minute remaining in the game. Hawks need a quick basket here. .105 left in the ball game. In the corner to Russell. Russell's gonna take it all the way. Can't get that one to fall. Jessup with it now. And a foul on Eastman. I believe that is her 5th. So Eastman will be out of this ball game. .57 left in the ball game. It's 5 fouls they have to sub. Two-possession ball game here. as Wargol and Forrester sub into the ball game for Oxford and Baker. Fromm is also in the game. So we have a timeout by the Bearcats with 53.1 left. It will be back in 27 seconds. And we are back after the timeout. As you saw, 53.1 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Jessup inbounds it, gets it tipped, ends up in Russell's hands. Russell trying to get through a little bit of traffic there. Tries to give it ahead to Holloway and throws it away. Pontius to get the ball in to Dewart. Passes ahead to Jessup. Jessup with the layup. That might be the dagger there, folks. 36-29 with about 33 seconds left. They gotta make a move. Russell will go in and she will score. We will have a timeout by the Hawks with 25.3 left. I believe that is a full timeout. So we will be back in a minute. We are back with 25.3 left in this ball game. 36-31 here as the Hawks still have a little bit of life. They get it inside to Dewart. Now Pontius. Coach Fromm has wanted them to foul quickly as about 5 seconds run off the clock, and that's a lot of time in basketball. Coach Fromm is not happy. So we will have Pontius at the line for two. Can't get the first one to fall. As Horton will check in for Fromm. One more here for the Bearcats. And gets that one to fall, 37-31 now. 20 seconds left. Russell with it, and we have a foul on 10, Sprague? Yes, on number 10, Sprague. So Russell now with 2 shots, 2 big shots here. So we'll put them down 4 as she makes the first, and Fromm checks in for Horton. One more for Russell here. She makes the second. Oh, sorry, press the minus sign instead of the plus sign. as they get the ball in, and there's the foul. .2 left. I don't know that the Hawks have another foul. Oh, I apologize if I just said foul there. I don't know that the Hawks have another timeout as Pontius knocks down the first free throw. Horton checks back in for Fromm, and Baker checks in for Wargle. Pontius with one more. Hawks are down 5 here with 13.2 remaining as the Bearcats get the rebound. They're going to foul. They are with 6.4 left. So Pontius will head back to the free throw line here for 2 more. I say that offensive rebound may have done it there. She makes the first. Christopher up by 6 here with 6.4 left in the ball game. And she hits the second. So Christopher up by 7 now. 40-33 with 6.4. 4 seconds left. 3 now. 2. Baker at the end of the ball game. Can't get it to fall. That is your ball game. 40-33. Christopher Bearcats come out on top of the Gallatin County Lady Hawks. A great game by both sides today. Just couldn't quite get it done for the Lady Hawks. This has been Riley Rushing, and I will see